That's a little something from our friends at Reckneck. That is a father and son duo. They're out of Ilderton, Ontario. And if you thought that that voice sounded like Ozzy, I want you to give me a thumbs up if you think it sounded like Ozzy. And if you guys didn't hear it there, give it a listen again. His name is Heavy Kevy. He goes by Heavy Kevy. He's operatic trained singer, a classical guitarist, and him and his son put that stuff together. And that was a little clip from them called Reckneck. They've got about 5 singles out there. It's all prog rock stuff. Father and son duo. You're gonna love this stuff, man. You can find it all on our website exclusively, and wherever music is streamed or sold. I've got a couple of guests on the show tonight, and I've known them for quite some time and knew of them before we actually formally met. Rainer is a guy that I met through some friends that had some guitar work done by him. And he came highly recommended to me, and I contacted him. He's a busy guy, man. That shop was like, I don't know, it was like something out of a movie. So much stuff there, and yet this guy knows where everything is, can locate everything, do the job, and do it extremely well. Uh, he, I think I'd like to get him to build me a guitar. Uh, if he'd be willing to build me a guitar, I would commission him to build me a guitar. I'm at that age now where I have some money to buy on frivolous stuff, right? So, I'm thinking about doing something like that. I'm thinking like a Telecaster style guitar on a Gibson body. I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, I digress. His wife, Cindy, I've known her for some time as well, and known her through many musical connections, including guys like Doug Vardy and Brian Vollmer, and a whole bunch of other people that we were connected to by the 3 degrees of Kevin Bacon that exists here in Canada. I want to welcome to the show Rainer and Cindy Weichmann. I hope I got that right. Is that correct?
Oh, you're close.
It's correct enough.
All right. Is it actually pronounced? Is it pronounced actually? Hang on a second. Let me get rid of this. Is it pronounced actually Weichmann?
Weichmann.
Weichmann.
Yes, that's about as close as you're going to get.
Now, what part of Germany is that from?
I was born in a little town just about 20 minutes outside of Würzburg in Bavaria. So a place called Winsheim.
Now, where's Würzburg relative to Denmark?
Denmark it's not even in Germany.
No, I know.
I mean, well, Denmark is quite a lot further north.
Right.
You got Norway, Denmark, Sweden, which are all kind of interlinked, which are north of the Black Sea.
Now, you both are from Germany originally, right?
She's not. I am.
You're from Germany. Cindy, where did Rainer hook up with you?
We met, 42 years ago, actually. I went to Labrador City, to audition for a band that he had put together, and he was looking for a singer. And I had previously played in a band with his drummer. So they had called me up and asked me if I would fly up to Labrador City to audition for the band. And so that's how it all started. I ended up flying to Labrador and auditioned and got the gig. And we've been playing together ever since.
I got something here I got to show you. Hang on a second.
Oh, we got somebody saying, I don't think this is a live show. It is a live show. Hello. Hello. I can't read it. It's so small.
I have a CD there called Nail Alive.
Okay.
Yes.
I think that was like the first time that I actually heard Cindy perform. I think, Rainer, I'd heard you perform other times with other guys that I know.
Oh, somebody wants to know if this is a live show.
It is a
You want to?
live show. We're
It is a
absolutely
live
Yeah.
show.
live.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna remove
Hello.
that source, and then I'm gonna go to the chat room so that everybody can see everything. Oh my god, okay. Now,
So,
some people come on, and we get people that crash on here, and sometimes, people come on here, and then they try to spam us in the chat room.
Oh.
okay.
So you
Okay.
just never know. We got some other people. Do you guys know Steve Hillier?
Sorry, you dropped out for a second.
Do we
You
know
guys
who?
know you guys know a guy named Steve Hillier.
Steve Hillier. That's it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a Newfoundland name for sure. So probably we do.
He's a London boy,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
and they have an indie band called Cuda Highway. Have you ever heard of them?
Afraid not.
No, I don't think so.
Well, check
But
them out.
we've
They
been
used
away
to
for a little while.
they used to get airplay on CHRW Western Radio.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Oh, I wanted to mention something.
yeah,
You were playing Heavy Kevy there earlier.
that's
I
right.
I don't know if you know, but he and I were. He was the singer for the Black Sabbath tribute band that I was in with him.
I know that. I know
Oh,
that
okay.
as a fact. I know that as a fact because I said to him when they brought me that track, when they first brought me that track, I was so blown away at how much he sounded like Ozzy,
Yeah.
right? And I said, "You must have been channeling Ozzy in that on that track because he must really, really like his voice." And he goes, "Well, I used to sing in a Sabbath tribute band."
Yeah. Yeah.
I
And that
just want to send a big shout out to James Kirk who just came on. Hi, James.
Hello,
Hey,
James.
James. Hey,
James
James
actually
says,
played for a little while with us in Nail.
I'm trying
And
to
Jason.
I'm trying to get James on our record label.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I mean
Nice.
Rabbit Hole. Have you heard their project Rabbit Holes?
I've been listening to their videos. Yes,
yeah.
I have been
Yeah.
watching it online. Yeah, pretty
Yeah,
cool stuff.
I like how he's doing that. I mean, James says I'm watching too because it's been too long since I seen your faces and heard your voices. When are you coming back? When are you coming back? You guys come back here to play shows, right?
We were coming back to do shows now. I don't know if that's going to happen too soon. Right now, we're in the middle of working on a project, so you never know. We might come back. We just started a new band, so we'll see. We'll see
I
what happens.
I honestly think that you guys should uh, resurrect a version of Nail and play at the big festival in Halifax in August.
Oh well,
At Rock the Harbor. Try and get on the Rock the Harbor bill.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
You'd get, you'd be opening like for the Headpins or somebody like that.
Oh, you're cutting out. We
I
just
said
lost you.
I said you'd be opening for someone like the Headpins, or might even be opening for Helix for all you know.
You never know. That would be weird.
Yeah, it'd be really straight. And like I said, you guys have this like massive history in London, in the London music scene, and you've been out there on the East Coast and St. John's, Newfoundland for how long?
4 years.
4 years this year.
It'll be four
Yeah,
years. It's hard to believe.
and you guys right from the get go really worked to embed yourselves in the music scene out there, didn't you?
Sorry, you just cut out again.
I said you guys worked to embed yourselves in the music scene out there.
Still cutting out there. You're still cutting
Yeah,
out on our end.
you dropped out a couple of words. I'm sorry.
All right.
We-
Being in St. John,
Yes.
Yes.
you guys have been able to find your way into the music scene there.
Slowly.
Yeah, it's taken a little longer than what we had hoped. I think really the problem with us has been we're focusing our own talents on a genre that isn't very popular out here.
Okay.
Like it seems that there's no shortage of musicians and great musicians at that.
Right.
Lots of venues, lots of things going on. For the most part, if you're a local musician, most of the shows that are available to you and venues are focusing on traditional music. So I don't play a fiddle. She doesn't play accordion.
Right, right.
And it's a very slow movement trying to get what we do into the mainstream.
What project are you guys working on right now?
We're working on right now we just got a bunch of great musicians. They're all really been playing for a long time.
Right.
And we put together a tribute. It's going to be a Peter Gabriel and Phil Collins tribute.
Okay.
And so we're in the process of rehearsals right now. It's going really well. Like the rehearsals are great. So we're hoping that in the fall we're going to start booking some soft seat theaters. That's what we're hoping to do. So we're going to go with that. Myself and Rainer still go out and we do the odd Best Buds gig. Our little
Why,
acoustic thing.
why don't you guys talk to Doug Vardy about that whole thing, because he's got that tribute thing nailed down.
Yeah.
He'd be a great guy for you guys to network with, and I'm sure Doug would be willing to share some of his experiences with you about that.
Well, I mean, we've played with Doug in the past with the Pink Floyd tribute as well.
Right. Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's it's up in the air. Yeah, excuse me. It's kind of up in the air as far as taking the show to other parts of Canada right now. We're going to focus mainly on when we launch it. We're going to be doing mostly East Coast stuff, mainly in Newfoundland. Then we'll
Right.
take a run across to Nova Scotia and so on. Excuse me. But it's going to depend. Most of the guys that are working with us right now are also our age, so everybody's kind of working their way into official retirement status so that they
Right.
can concentrate on their music.
Right.
Except we have a great young drummer who's amazing.
Right. Well, here's the thing. You guys, I think, could definitely get. Depends what you guys are doing. Are you doing anything besides the tribute? Are you doing some original
Um,
stuff as well?
well, we're actually, it's kind of funny you should mention that. A few months back, we got approached by a friend of ours in Sweden. And he works for a record company in Greece, and they had contacted us because they had heard of the old Chaos albums that we did back in the 80s, and
Right.
they wanted us to re-release the albums.
Right.
And so we did sign a contract with them a few months back. So now we just approved, I guess, the artwork for it. So the two albums, is it two
Yeah.
albums? They're re-releasing two of the albums on vinyl, and I do believe maybe on
Yeah,
digital. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
they're doing they're doing CDs as well,
Yeah,
and like it's a heavyweight vinyl. The company that does this, I got the name here. It's
yeah.
hang on. What
So yeah. So anyway,
they're called Sonic Age Cult Metal Classics. And what they do is they take all these independent releases from decades ago, remaster them, put them on heavyweight vinyl with included artwork and booklets and all kinds of extra information, and put these great packages together. And luckily, we were chosen to be part of this.
yeah. So we're hoping. We're just waiting now for the album to be re-released, and once we get the product in our hands, of course, it's going to be released over there as well. But for us, they're going to be sending us some vinyl, and we're
Right.
hoping to do a 40th anniversary reunion of the album, because this year is 40 years since the first album was released.
So now is Chaos before Nail?
Is chaos? Sorry.
Did Chaos come before Nail?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah.
yes, way before now. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chaos was,
Yeah.
we started that band in 1984.
So you gave me three. You gave me three CDs. I got three Nail CDs, but I don't have a Chaos CD at all in my
Well,
collection.
No,
there
there
isn't
isn't
one
one.
until we get
Ah,
these until we get
Um,
these re-releases in our hands.
yeah,
The stuff that's out there right now, it was only ever released on vinyl, and the
right.
second one was a limited cassette release.
Now
So,
you guys own the Wave Masters, right?
yep.
yeah,
Yeah, so you guys get to determine what happens with those wave files. You know, we can
yeah,
publish those digitally for you.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
we'll
you
be
know
in
what?
touch.
We'll be in touch with that. But
We
I think we have our contract. We have a contract with them for,
It's up.
and it'll be up in next year, is
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
So
it,
after
it
that, then we can re-release it again. Like,
and it's something for you guys to think about. Sometimes you have to look at your contract because if your contract is not exclusive to the digital,
yeah,
then the digital is free reign. Like you can do anything you
yeah,
want with the digital, especially if you own the digital masters and you didn't give the rights to the digital masters
yeah,
away.
yeah. No,
So
we still got all the
I've
rights.
got it right here. It says a guarantee not to grant the rights of the specified album for a release in CD and vinyl format to any third party.
Yeah,
So it says nothing about digital masters, said nothing
yeah,
about digital releases.
right,
yeah,
right.
This is exclusive to release in CD or album form.
yeah,
Yeah, so if it was an inclusive deal, they would include wave format
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no,
or
it's not.
No,
or
no,
wave masters. So if the wave masters aren't included, and this is just like for a vinyl pressing and CD pressing deal,
yeah,
then oftentimes the digital is off the table, or you guys would have had the option maybe when you negotiated it to take the digital off the table,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, they weren't even focusing anything to do with the digital
No.
format whatsoever. What they do is strictly vinyl and CD release.
So they just
Well,
basically release for people that do collectibles, right?
where are they from?
Like our
Where are they from?
Chaos album.
Where
Oh,
are they
sorry,
from?
go ahead.
Where are they from?
They're
Greece.
Greece.
So here's a cool thing about companies that exist over in Europe. Okay, they don't think about the resale from the point of view of mainstream. They have niche audiences,
Yes, exactly.
right? And a lot of them cater to these underground record stores. Now, during COVID, we saw a lot of those spring up in Ontario. I don't know if you guys are aware of
Yeah.
it, but Brad Coward, who is with Brother Leeds from London, Ontario.
Yep.
He has Rockbox Records out in Mountain Bridges.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's another guy up the road from me outside of Tillsonburg that has one. So there's a whole bunch of these guys that during COVID took their 2-car garages and converted them into mom and pop record stores.
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
Uh,
we're actually so that's the kind of thing we're looking at doing with Brian Vollmer's stuff. We're going to be doing some re-releases of Helix vinyl,
Yeah. Yeah.
and we're going to shop it out to these mom and pop restaurants on a couple of different deals. Some of them will pay you cash up front, like wholesale cash
Yeah.
up front, or some of them will buy on consignment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a whole bunch of different ways now to market vinyl that we didn't have before.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're kind of excited about it. We haven't really mentioned too much about it to anybody since we signed the contract. We're actually going to try to get some of our old bandmates from back in the 80s that played with us.
I'm surprised you guys never
Believe
opened
it or
up.
not, some of them are still alive.
I'm surprised you guys never thought about, auditioning for Walken.
We played. We did play in Sweden back in the day, and we did the Sweden Rock Festival in 2005. And
Well, that was with Helix.
yes, but
Right.
we did talk about the whole
Well,
Waken thing
yeah,
back then.
this is the very unfortunate thing about that is when we started Nail.
I'll be right back.
Okay, when we started Nail, we originally marketed it over to mainly to European purchasers because
Right.
we found that the style of music that we were playing was very heavily European sounding, more than Canadian sounding. I
Right.
mean, we
Right.
don't sound like Honeymoon Suite, but you know, so when we went to Sweden with Helix, the fella that actually that we befriended, he was my guitar tech over there, and he's a pretty well-known guitar player in Sweden in this local area, and he's a very good guitar player, and he's the go-between us and this record company now. So
Right.
he's their artistic director. He does the artwork and the mastering for this record company, and he approached us about the chaos stuff after we had formed Nail and approached him with that project. And he
Right.
had some heavy ties with the Sweden Rock Festival, and his wife was artists relations manager for Sweden Rock Festival for many years. And then
Wow.
so we were trying to get a foot in the door over there, even on one of the, you know, the lesser stages. They have
Right.
5 stages. Some of the stages are for local acts and for lesser known independent acts.
Oh, I just lost you. You just froze up and went. Somebody's using Facebook or somebody's watching the hockey game. He just froze up for a second here. I'm going to flip off that. We'll see what happens here. See if they can get,
Okay, we're back.
we got it back. There we go. I'm just going to switch.
Sorry.
Yeah, the screensaver went on. So what did you? How far did we get?
Oh man, I started getting lost there. We were talking about the festivals over in
Okay.
Sweden and whatnot.
Anyhow, yes. So when we started Nail, he's also a writer for one of the main rock magazines over there. So we
Right,
sent him the first Nail album for a review, and we got in his top 5 releases for his reviews, top 5 releases of the year.
right.
And we were hoping to get in with the Sweden Rock Festival to take Nail over there. And then it turns out he had some kind of a falling out with their management, and he sort of recused himself from having anything to do for a few years. And so our bridge kind of got burned a little bit, and we never did get to go over there.
Well, here's an
I only
interesting
had
thing
four
that
that we were supposed to do
here's an
too.
interesting thing that we found. So because I've been digitally publishing music now for 10 years, I've gained some really great insights into how the digital world works. And that's why people come to me. Kind of like Reiner, if somebody needed something special done to their guitar, you're the guy to go to, right?
That's what they say.
Yeah. I mean, totally, totally. And you know, that Fender Squire that you set up for me so long ago, that thing still plays like butter.
Well, I guess I must have done something right.
The action you put on that guitar, my guitar player likes it better than his Fender Strat custom. So
Nice.
Yeah.
whatever you did on the action, and of course I think that you said, oh, I'm going to put a white graphite nut on this.
Yeah, more than likely. I mean, I've done so many, I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you what I did with yours. I wouldn't remember.
You're the guy. You're like a buddy of mine that repairs Harley Davidsons. We call him the motorcycle whisperer
Oh yeah,
because you can bring a bike into him and he can listen to it and he can look at it and he'll go, "That's what's wrong with your bike.
yeah, yeah.
We need to address that now, right?" And you're the same with guitar. I remember a guy brought an acoustic guitar one time I was in your shop and you started rhyming off everything about that guitar from its point of origin through how it was like developed over the years and what a great guitar that is. you know?
Yeah.
And
Well,
I was so impressed by that knowledge.
well, I've been doing it for so many years. I built my first guitar when I was 19. Now, that's not to say that I haven't, I was playing them and I was adjusting them and so on, but I didn't really get my hands into building something from scratch until I was 19. And along the way, you make a few mistakes and you learn what not to do. And then you see a lot of other instruments where people are manufacturing instruments that are making those same mistakes. Excuse me. And you wonder, well, like, why are they still building things the same way that aren't working? You
Yeah.
know?
Hi,
Yeah.
Keith. Hi, Keith.
Keith also says hi. Hey, Keith.
Oh, hello,
Keith,
Keith. Also,
from Thunder
Thunder
Bay. He's
Bay.
from Thunder Bay. Hi,
Thanks for
buddy.
watching us on the show. Sometimes, do you guys know Keith Hill? Do you guys know Keith Hill?
Keith Hill.
Yes. Well, I know who Keith Hill is. Yes,
Right.
I
He's
have.
part of the. He used to be
He's
part of the
my.
Tall Band.
Yes,
Yes.
exactly. Yep.
Right. Right. He
Mhm.
lives up. He's up in up in the Sioux. Up in the Sioux now. He lives up in the Sioux.
Oh, up in like Sault Ste. Marie or something.
Outside Sault Ste. Marie, him and his wife and kids bought a little place in the country. I think outside the Sioux.
Oh, nice, nice. Yes, Keith
Yeah.
played around. I think Keith was playing, in Ontario, back in the day when we were with the tall band.
Oh yeah,
right? Like way
80s,
back in the
late 80s,
80s.
90s.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like he said, they played the same circuits as Helix and crossed paths with them different times. Because at
yeah.
one point in time, they were playing out of the same stable.
Oh, maybe.
So he tells me, I don't know all that stuff. I mean, that's all history stuff that him and Vollmer will probably be able to figure out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And it's interesting when you talk to people and everybody has a different perspective on a story. Like Brent will give me a completely different perspective on a story than Brian will.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And then
I could see that.
and then they both tell me,
hang on, I gotta
then
go
they both,
for it.
then they both tell me, oh, he doesn't remember the story correctly. I said, no,
Yeah,
no.
he was there, but he doesn't remember.
I mean, it's a different, to me, it's just a different perspective. I mean, we all experience that moment differently.
Yeah, I've got a almost photographic memory, and most of the time my memories are pretty clear of what I can remember. But
Right.
I've been known to be wrong about things, so you know.
I think the thing is that the moment when you process something, we all process that information differently, or we see it from a different set of eyes, or a
Yeah.
different set of ears, because some of us listen more intently and hang on every word
Oh, you're
someone
cutting.
says.
You're cutting out a little bit. Hang on one second. We've got a phone power issue here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
She's just gone to get the charger.
She's gone to try and figure out how to plug the phone in here. We don't need the laptop plugged in, so
Before you die.
yeah, we got 15% left.
Oh, you're getting close. It might get critical. We'll see what happens. As your power goes down on your phone, so will the quality of your video, because your
Yeah, I
phone's
figure that you're starting to cut out a little more randomly.
your phone's trying to preserve. I didn't realize you were on battery power on your phone. I was going to say
Oh,
plug
I
your
know,
phone in
that's
before the
fine.
show.
Oh, who's this? I still got my nail T-shirt.
There he is, Keith Alto.
Keith Alto. Yes, there he is again.
I got my nail T-shirt I got from you guys when I was visiting London back in 2012.
Yeah. Yeah, that was quite a while back now. I mean, geez, it's hard to believe that time has gone so quickly. I was listening to some of that nail stuff just not long ago. Hang on. Hold on. She's
Trying
got.
to get the power up.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cord's not reaching the thing here.
I'll
Well,
pop you off camera for a second here. Pop you off camera.
Just move over here.
There we
Just
go.
move over
They're
here.
just trying to figure out the sound over there, and they're trying to get their phone hooked up so that we're not going to be bouncing all over the place. Their phone's trying to preserve power, and as a result, they're having some trouble hearing me on the other end. If you can hear me in the chat room, would you please comment that everything is okay vocally? You can hear the video or the audio. I'm sorry, that you can actually hear us clearly. That would be great. If you could give us a thumbs up or just let us know that you can hear everything okay. Jason Marcus, thanks for joining the show tonight. He says, "Yo, bro, Kenny, well said. Perception is everything in my." Yeah, well, it is. Perception is how you perceive something, how you interpret it. It's the same as music, right? Isn't music kind of that way? When you think about it, music is one of those things that we all interpret differently, and it's not always a matter of preference. So let's see what we got going on here. They're upside down, they're inside out, and
Trying to
You right side up us? No, you can't because then the camera doesn't work. Okay.
Okay,
you're gonna
just a second.
you're gonna have to right side up yourselves.
Yeah,
All right, we got it.
yeah, but we need to get this.
You're gonna have to just hold it, or I'll hold
Did
it.
you finally get your phone plugged in?
Yeah, but
Plug
the
in.
cord is really short, so we're having a little trouble.
Hold it.
I wasn't anticipating using my phone. I thought we were going to use a laptop. That's what happened.
I know. I apologize for that. Your phone is
Oh,
so
no,
much better.
we're all good.
The picture was actually much clearer.
Yeah, we're
But
good.
now we
We're good.
got
No,
a couple
hold
of
on here,
technical
James Kirk. I
difficulties.
hear everything is fine. We're getting a bit distorted. Is that what he said?
Yeah, I can hear everything fine. Rainer was getting a bit distorted near the end there.
Okay.
So I think it's just your locale to whatever you got going. I said to Rainer, the thing is, I didn't know your phone was on battery, and every time your phone goes down 10%, your phone will start trying to preserve the power.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it'll shut down the audio, it'll shut down the video. We'll even start getting static in the line like we are right now. It's one of those.
Yeah, I got it plugged now. I got it plugged in, so we should be good there now.
Your audio is still a little bit goofy at times. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but
It's because we live in Newfoundland.
I think it must be also. I think it's got to be an audio connection via the internet, because it's like I said, you guys are on Wi-Fi there. You're on Rogers. If everybody's watching the hockey game, we're in big trouble.
Yeah.
You're bouncing all over there. You're trying to hold the phone.
I know. I'm trying to hold. I'm holding it with my hand, but I got no way to hold it. Here we go.
You can't stabilize it. There
Is
you
this
go.
okay?
That's much better. Where's Rainer? He's looking for your
Trying to
stand.
He was trying to find.
Trying to find something to put the phone in so we can.
Oh my God.
Well,
We're
we weren't expecting using the phone. Is your laptop still open?
No.
Okay. We'll just make do here. We'll make do.
Yes,
We'll do the
it's
best we
fine.
can with this.
It might not be too steady, but it's the best I can do. There you go.
Too bad you don't have something to set it on.
Well, that's what I was looking for when you said, "Where's Rainer?" I came back and I still haven't found anything.
Cindy said the other night that she had a stand for her phone somewhere.
Yeah, but it goes the other way. It goes sideways. It only hooks it up sideways.
Well, sideways is better than no way. Oh, that's not bad. Just hold your camera like that. But is your arm going to go? Is your arm going to go numb?
So if we put the phone sideways,
yeah.
Can you adjust for what we've done here?
It's automatically adjusted. You won't be able to see anything, but that's good. I can see you guys now much clearer.
Okay, okay. Then you can put that in such a way that
there you go.
Tilt it down a little.
Can you see us?
Yep, you're a little high on the screen. Well, bring it the other way.
More?
Oh,
The
no,
other way?
up. The other way, a little bit more.
That
Oh, a
way?
little bit more, a little bit more. Down, down, down.
This is
No, the other way.
down.
No,
That's
go up,
up.
go up,
Okay.
go up. Whoa, whoa, right there. Okay,
Okay,
and
we're
then
good.
Reiner to the right, Cindy a little more to the right or to your left, a little more to your left. Oh, Reiner, not too much. You're out of frame. Cindy, a little more towards Reiner. No, towards Reiner. There we go. All right, now we're good.
I don't know.
All we see is,
Listen, we're musicians.
this
I
is
know
annoying. I'm gonna hold it. Frig it.
it's like you're blind leading the blind, isn't it?
Uh,
It is. I can't. See, he
Three
said it's
blind
too.
mice. There we go. Three blind mice. Um,
Oh my God. Yeah.
so I mean,
Anyway,
there's a whole bunch of things that we've talked about in terms of where you guys have
it's a movie shot.
come musically. Chaos. What genre would you put Chaos in?
What genre is
well,
chaos?
we were kind of heavy rock.
Yeah.
Not, I wouldn't say metal, but everybody thought well, back in the day, Judas Priest was metal, and we were kind of along that line, but
Yeah, we were a little more progressive though, I
yeah,
think, right? Like progressive rock, I guess. I don't know. I couldn't explain what we were. We were different.
We were
we were
different.
a lighter version of Nail.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
a
Exactly.
lighter. Okay, yeah, because Nail was pretty heavy, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Nail was more progressive for sure. You
It
know,
was.
probably.
It's really funny because when I first saw the Nail stuff and listened to it and saw you guys play live, um, I didn't realize that Dale Penny, had those gifts in him. Because
Yeah. He's a
I
great
saw
drummer.
I saw him in a whole lot of other genres. I saw him playing blues and straight up and down rock. I'd never heard him play prog,
yeah,
and
Yeah.
what it just demonstrated me what a versatile drummer he is.
yeah.
Yes. Very much so.
Well, Dale and I have been, well, we've known each other since we were 10 or 11 years old.
Yeah,
So
didn't you guys used to host a jam together at
oh
at
yeah,
the East Side Bar and Grill?
we did that. Um, yeah, I mean, we've played together throughout high school, in our early 20s. Uh,
We used to have a cover band. We had a cover band back in the day called Plain Jane. Actually, we put out a couple of Plain Jane albums too.
yeah.
And
Uh, this is really funny. I got to tell you this one. So this brings up a story. So where's that Motorhead roadie when you need him? That's from Jason Marcus. Hey Jason, so here's an interesting story if you're still watching us online. Helix opened for Motorhead in a club in New York City. And the fans at this club were particularly rabid to see Motorhead. And when Helix came out on the stage, they practically booed them off the stage. They played their set the fastest they've ever played in their lives, and they feared for their lives when they got off stage because the
yeah,
fans were only there to see Motorhead.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I have an interesting story about Motorhead too. Back in when we played in Sweden, we were in we went to the hotel and we couldn't make sense of how the numbers worked on the hotel rooms, and we were going around and around. We couldn't find our hotel anywhere because the numbers didn't match the floors. It was the strangest thing. And
Uh,
anyway, we ran into the drummer for Motorhead,
uh,
and he looked at us and he said, "Are you
Uh,
guys lost?" And we went, "Yeah, we can't find our hotel room." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I played here last year and I couldn't find my hotel room all weekend, so I slept on the lawn." So it was quite funny, and he still couldn't direct us as to how to find our room.
So how were you able to find the room finally?
So
We finally figured it out.
well, no, what happened was we got on the elevator and we thought, okay, so where do we go now? And the door opened, and what's his name? The guy that you like, the blues guy.
No, that was
But he came on, remember, and he
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, you go up here on this floor." I can't
Yeah.
remember his name, but you know who he is. Anyway, some guitar player, Reiner got a picture with him.
yeah.
What the hell is his name?
Rob,
Robin Trower.
Robin
Yeah.
Trower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got on the elevator. He's like, "Oh yeah. I think you got to hit this button here, and you go down the hall, and you'll find it." He's played there. He played there a few times, so he knew, right?
So he
Well,
knew how to figure out the room configuration thing.
Well, the
Oh.
way the hotel
That
is
was
laid
weird.
out, there's like 3 different sections to this hotel.
Jason, the grass is
3
always
different buildings. And when you're in building number 1, all the room numbers start with 1. When you're in building number 2, the room numbers start with 2.
Right?
But
Yeah.
if you go up to the second story on building 2, your room numbers go 2, 2. So you're either like room 221, for instance, would be in the second building on the second floor and somewhere along the,
Yeah, it was weird.
right? So, but it's not the second floor until you
Right.
hit, like the second floor in building 1 would be 121, for instance, would be the second floor. So if you're looking for room 121, it's not on the bottom floor. It's on the second floor of the first building.
Oh, we
weird.
were so
Yeah,
it was
it's,
very confusing.
That's weird.
I think,
Cindy,
think
are you
I-
holding your phone sideways or up and down?
Up and down.
Oh, okay.
Reiner's not in there, is he?
Oh,
There you go.
there we go. He was slightly out, but that we're not.
Oh,
too,
I'm always a little bit off, you know.
We're terrible at this. We're like
You
a
know,
comedy show.
It's
It's-
just a
it's-
movie shot, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
you know what? People listening to this is always what they're interested in is people's musical journeys, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
and you guys have been on this lifetime musical journey. You're still on that journey. You know, always learning from your past, like in terms
Oh
of
my God, yes.
past projects. So how do you feel, Cindy, voice wise these days?
Actually, well, I've been rehearsing a lot in the last the last week, so it's getting a little sore now. But no, actually, I gotta say, I'm surprised at my age that I can still sing.
She sings better
Right.
now than
But I-
she ever did.
But you know what? I still can hold a note, man. I'm going to keep going until I can't go anymore. It's so
make
funny.
sure you, as a nurse, I'll tell you that the most important thing is to keep your vocal cords moist
Yeah.
and clear. So, avoiding dairy and all that stuff before a
Yeah.
show. And then drinking lots of water, staying hydrated.
Yeah. Yeah.
As older adults, we are the worst when it comes to drinking.
Oh, I know for
We
sure.
drink all the time.
Although I don't have a problem with wine, but that's okay.
I drink, no problem. I fall down, no problem. There we go.
I have a drinking problem.
I don't have a
Oh.
drinking problem. I don't fall down.
Yeah. No, I'm still I mean, I haven't it's been a long time since I've actually sang like 7 days a week. I haven't done that in a long time,
Right.
So
Right.
I don't know, but I mean, I can still go out and, we still go out and do our acoustic stuff, and we do our 3:45s or our 2 1-hour shows. I don't seem to have too much of
And
an
you guys-
issue.
You guys have an act called Best Buds.
Sorry, you just cut out again.
You guys call yourself Best Buds, right?
Yeah, that's our acoustic thing that we do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And what would people expect if they come to a Best Buds show? What would they be listening to?
Well, we do a lot of classic stuff, a lot of classic rock. We just do a wide variety. And here in Newfoundland, what we've been really doing is we do a lot of requests. Like we will just shout out, you want to
Yeah.
hear, what do you want to hear?
Somebody goes, you know any Supertramp?
We'll do,
Yeah, we'll do it.
yeah, we'll just throw
So
shit in.
so what is what is it then? So are you guys both playing instruments? How does that work?
Rainer is playing acoustic and 12 string, and I do all the percussion. I just play percussion. I got
Okay.
some bongos set up. I got chimes. I got, tambourines. I got lots of little shakers and stuff.
And
And
you're
I just,
singing, and you're both singing while you're doing this too?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow. And so like, do you guys do any like Pink Floyd stuff?
Yeah.
Yep. We can do Pink Floyd. Yeah. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's an interesting thing. So you guys have that Floyd tribute. You guys do that with Doug Vardy and a whole bunch of other musicians. I think James Nestor's son
Yeah.
plays slide guitar on that.
Yeah.
Jesse, right? Jesse Nestor.
Yes. Jesse Nestor. Yeah.
And so James and I, it's an interesting thing because we tried way back in the day to recruit James to a cover band that we had in London. We had a 3-piece cover band, and I wanted to bring in another guitar player because I didn't want to play. I just wanted to sing.
Yeah.
Right. And we were playing everything top 40 back in those days in London. So everything that was on FM 96,
Yeah.
we were playing. So we could play any college pub back in the day and make a lot of money.
Yeah.
Right. And because when you're playing top 40 to the local FM radio station, that's what people want to hear.
Yeah.
I think we're losing.
Oh, we're just losing your audio again.
Power here.
Oh, the audio just went for a poop.
Yeah, hang on. Hold on to that, brother.
Okay, still something not like this. Oh,
Yeah,
hang on.
their audio just went for a poop there.
I'm back.
I'm going to shut them off for a second there. You can give me the thumbs up if you get your audio back. It's like going whack-a-whack-a-doo. And it's definitely happening on your ends. Is your audio sorted out, you think?
I think so.
Should be okay now.
No,
Yeah.
you're completely distorted. Like it's like static coming through your phone.
Okay.
Oh, that's weird.
Okay, this is not working.
Yeah, I don't know.
If you want to preserve this, go to your audio settings and check your audio settings and make sure that there's a few things turned off on your audio settings. Your echo cancellation, noise suppression, high resolution audio, and auto gain controls should all be on. That can mess up the audio because sometimes if you don't have the echo cancellation off, you get this weird static thing that happens over the internet. It's kind of like a feedback loop.
Can you see my video?
Okay.
Your video is great, but you're echoing like crazy and you're completely distorted.
Okay, what we're gonna try, you hook us up with this phone because it's got 50% left.
You know what? I'm gonna shut you guys out and have you come back in.
Yep. We're gonna.
Okay, let's do that. I'm just gonna shut them out and have them sign back in. Sometimes what happens is when we're talking quite a distance here, right? They're a good 3-4 days away from me in terms of road travel. And so the audio could just be problematic simply because of the distance over the internet. That sucks big time, but it's what you deal with when you do a live show on the internet. It can even happen if you're recording, right? If you're recording a show and you get a bad connection with a guest that comes on the show, that can happen. And you always have to be sort of prepared for that. So, just to recap, Rainer and Cindy were well known in London, Ontario, Canada, before they moved out to St. John's, Newfoundland. And that's where they're speaking to me from tonight. So, internet can be a little bit shoddy out that way as well. So we can blame it on the internet as well as we can blame it on mobile connections and other things that may be impeding this transmission. Unfortunately, that's what it is, right? Hey, Ken, this is from Dino Harnish. He says, hey, Ken, this Saturday, Big event here in Halifax, local pub Hysteria. Montreal's tribute to Def Leppard. Share the word. There you go. So if you're out in Halifax, there's a local pub out there. Hysteria, a tribute to Def Leppard, is playing there. So maybe you want to check that out. Slide that by. Tribute bands are a big deal. They're a big deal in many circuits in the U.S. And this one that Rainer and Cindy, I want to talk about that a little bit more as we close out the show tonight, because tribute acts require a very specific skill, and the artists involved in them take a great deal of pain to learn the songs note for note and try to catch those nuances and catch that feel whenever they're doing those kind of shows. I'm waiting for Rainer and Cindy to come back in. Not sure what's happening there. Hey, Terry Marsh. Thanks for dropping by. Terry Marsh from Boiler Beach. Those guys are up in Kincardine, Ontario. They've got a bunch of new music out there. Check it out wherever music is sold. Check out all of our artists at indietunes.com. You can check it out there. Something happened with Rainer and Cindy's sound. Things started crapping out and things got distorted, and now they don't seem to be able to come back in, and I'm not sure exactly what's happening there. I'll send them a quick message just to say, hey, what's going on? Uh-oh. Oh, send it to Rainer? Okay, I'll see if I can find him. She wants me to send it to Rainer. Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay. I'll send the link to Rainer. So hang on a second here. Let's just take a look here. We're going to copy the invite link. We're going to send that to him. It's sent in Facebook. So if you're watching me online, you can see that I just sent it to Rainer. So hopefully he gets that and they can log back in. So we've been talking about their journey through the world of music and how I met Rainer way back in the day. He's a guitar tech in London, but so much more. Has played with so many different musicians, and he and Cindy have played in many a road band, as well as they now have a tribute that they're putting together, a tribute act they're putting together, and they're looking for places where they can play. And of course, they also play heavy rock bordering on progressive rock. Oh, looks like they just joined us again. Let's see what happens. Hey.
Okay, I'm on the laptop now.
Yeah, we're gonna work with the laptop.
Your sound is still crackling, and I think it's an internet connection thingy. I don't think it's anything to do with what you're. Yeah, I think, and it could be that. It could just be that Newfoundland is not being kind to us tonight, and Rogers is sucking your bandwidth.
Yeah, it could be.
Well, I can hear you pretty well.
Yeah, and I don't know how you're sounding on the other end of the audio. Every once in a while, I get a comment in the chat room. People will say, "Oh, it's a little bit staticky," but I don't know. It's just one of those things you got to deal with when you're doing the live thing. It's you keep playing the live show while the sound tech figures the shit out, right?
Yeah. But it's all good. We can hear you.
That's good. I'm glad you can hear me.
Can you hear us?
Like I said, I can hear you, but it's a bit staticky at times, and sometimes it's a bit lagged. It's just one of those things. Yeah. So there's a Leafs game on tonight. And so if everybody in your neighborhood is streaming the Leafs game, and Dino lives in Nova Scotia.
Oh, they probably are.
Yeah.
Oh, probably.
So if your neighbors are all streaming the hockey game tonight, that's what I'm saying. You can thank Rogers for that bullshit. It's just what it is.
Oh, see, James says it's okay. It's not. Yeah, James just said it's okay. It's not that bad.
Dino says it's nice to meet you and Cindy.
Nice to meet you, Cindy and Rainer. Nice to meet you too, Dino. Deanbo
harnesses are Deanbo's a regular watcher of the show, and he lives out in Halifax. Nice. And
you're from Halifax. Hi.
Yeah, and he likes to chat people up, and he likes to help independent artists out in the local music scene
Oh,
out there.
nice.
So if you
Oh,
guys
well,
ever
we'll
want to
have to
travel,
connect. Maybe,
yeah, you could
yeah, maybe,
connect
maybe Halifax and play.
connect to Deanbo and maybe come
Uh,
out to Halifax and play some shows at Halifax.
Yeah, that'd be great.
yeah. The last time we played Halifax was a long time ago. We when we played with Helix,
Yeah.
we played Halifax. It
So
was we opened up for Alice Cooper, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we opened up for Alice Cooper. We were playing that. We played the stadium, I think there. Yeah,
Reiner, do you know a guy named
word
Jamie
up.
Robertson?
Ah,
Jamie Robinson. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Oh, Jason. Thanks, Jason Marquez. You're the
Jamie
best.
Robertson. Um, Jamie Robertson played in a couple of bands with Dave Wiles from Bob
Oh,
Noxious.
we can help.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jamie lives out by you guys. He lives on the East Coast, and he has a music school out there.
Okay.
Oh,
And
cool.
he's originally from the East Coast, but he was living in St. Thomas for years. It was part of the local music scene here.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
The name
And
It
does ring
does.
a
Yeah, it
bell
does
for
definitely ring.
sure.
Definitely rings a bell.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
try and see where if he's put where here. They're I know they live on the East Coast, but I'm trying to figure
Do
out
you know
exactly
Tony
where.
Miller in Newfoundland? Yes, Dean Bow. I do know Tony Miller. I do believe guitar player, singer. I think I do. Yeah, yeah.
I'm just looking here to see if I can see it. Um, yeah, robertsonlessons.com. He has like
Yes.
a website. He's in Cape Breton.
Okay,
Oh,
that's
okay.
that's not quite as far out as we are.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jamie's up in Cape Breton. Him and his wife Miranda moved up there a few years back, and so he's an East Coaster as well. Now loves it out there. Um,
Yeah,
so yeah, I mean, now you this
cool.
tribute. I want to close just talking briefly about your tribute act. What is the tribute act you're putting together again?
Okay, so the tribute band that we're working with right now is it's going to be a 10-piece band.
Wow,
We have a horns section. I'm going to be doing percussion and all the like backups and some of the lead
right.
female vocal. Then there's Reiner. We have a young musician named Hunter Madden on drums. He's an amazing musician. Wade Pinhorn, keyboard player, bass player. He's going to be playing mostly bass with us.
And you're going to be featuring
And then we have Rob Gillard on
what artist music you're
vocals.
going to feature?
Sorry. Oh, it's sorry. I thought you were asking who was in the band. It's going to be Phil Collins and Peter Gabriel.
Oh, nice. So like
So we're
all
doing
Genesis stuff.
no.
No, all post Genesis.
Oh, so
Like yeah.
all stuff based on their solo stuff, their solo careers.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
very
Yeah.
interesting.
We're going. Yeah, we're gonna do one Genesis song at
I
the
could
end of the
see you
night,
guys. I
but
could see you guys playing
we're
on a.
doing
I
our
could see you guys
first.
playing that act. Knowing you guys, you're putting together some top notch musicians.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, it's going to be great. It's an hour of Peter Gabriel and an hour of Phil
Oh,
Collins. So
nice!
it's going to be really fun. It's going to be a lot high energy.
Wow. Uh,
Yeah,
I like I say, I could
yeah.
see you
Ten
guys.
piece
I could see you
band.
guys on the cruise circuit with that show.
Yeah,
Mm,
well, you never know. I mean, we're hoping to do small theaters. That's kind of where
Are you
we're
looking at
aiming
doing like a
for.
yeah.
self-sponsored
Is
show?
the soft
Are you going
seat
to do a
theaters.
self-sponsored show?
Pretty much at this
Yes,
point.
at this
Yes.
point, unless there's a promoter out there that wants to take us on and put us in some venues, I mean, we're willing to talk,
how
but
about a private how about a
if
private
not, we're going to
investor?
do
How
it
about a private
ourselves.
investor?
Yeah,
Well,
a private
we're open
investor,
for,
whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, there's some.
yeah,
Well, at
maybe even
this,
some sponsors.
Yeah, there's some. I mean, you might be able to find some
Mm.
sounds
sponsors,
good.
some people that would sponsor or buy tickets to every show for resale, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Well, we'll look into that. Like right at this point, what we're doing is we're obviously still in rehearsals, but we're getting whatever we need together for some promotional like video and so on, so that we can have something ready to go in about a month or two.
this is casino quality, show.
Oh yeah,
Are you guys looking at
that's
doing
where
are
we're
you guys
going.
looking at doing multimedia with it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
I've already got halfway into doing all the backing video
So
presentation
you
stuff.
guys
I'm
are
already
actually
editing it
looking for
now.
venues that would support that multimedia backdrop,
Absolutely, yeah.
right? There's a
Yeah.
lot
Yeah.
of community theaters that are doing that now.
Yeah. Yeah, for
Um,
sure. There's lots of really
I
good
know that
venues
the
here
two
in St.
venues that Helix
John's.
is playing their
So,
two shows in June at, both of them have all that multimedia available. So they can
yes.
play their
Yeah.
multimedia stuff in the background while they're playing their show, which is really
Yeah.
and they were looking
Yeah.
specifically for those venues because those visuals behind the band while the band's playing, they're really powerful.
Oh yeah. Well, when we did Nail, we were probably one of the first bands in London that were doing multimedia stuff.
Right.
We I edited, I don't know how many. We had a video for every song that we played live had a backing multimedia video to go
You
with
know
it.
another.
Yeah. We even did which was a rarity. We even did a 3D video show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
Remember
know.
that?
Yeah, we did a 3D multimedia show
Yeah.
where
Yeah.
all the videos, I had all the videos re-rendered in 3D, and everybody that came to the show ended up with a pair of 3D glasses so they could
Oh,
watch the
wow.
multimedia in
You know,
3D.
Yeah.
a guy
Yeah, that was really
that's put a
fun.
really good multimedia show together is Cam. Do you know Cam Grant?
Yep.
Yes, Cam
Full
is
Petty
very good.
Fever. I mean,
Very good
probably
at
the
that.
best Tom Petty tribute out there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really good.
Extremely
Very
well
good.
done. And what I remember Brian Vollmer going out to a Full Petty Fever show, and he said, "That's the kind of multimedia presentation I want going on behind us when Helix is playing."
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
Oh yeah. So we're really looking forward
oh
to it.
man. So this
Mm,
potentially has
yeah.
we're talking maybe casino level shows here.
Yep.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
That's kind of where we're
Well,
focusing.
you know what? I mean,
Yeah.
you guys put together a really great edition video and submit it to some of these casinos, and who knows, you might end up on the casino circuit. You know,
Well, that's what we're hoping, and
it could happen.
yeah.
Red D
Listen,
film.
we're at the end of the second overtime here, so we're gonna have to put an end to the show. I got to have you guys back here again. Red D Film. That's Brent Durner.
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, that's Durner. Oh, hi,
That's Brent.
Durner.
That's Brent Durner. And
Yay. Hi,
this
Brent.
Hey.
this last comment, I think we'll leave this one here. Jason Marcus says Reiner and Cindy blew my mind with their visuals video at East Sides before meeting them personally. Not unlike Gabriel's dramatic presentation in the early Genesis days, live art happens. Nice comment.
Yes. Oh, well, nice.
Well,
Thanks, Jason.
Yeah.
thank you. And like we were just saying for the tribute act, I'm doing again live video presentation stuff. And so far it looks pretty good. I gotta say,
Yeah, it's
it's
really
looking
fun.
good.
I
Yeah.
I want to see your promo video. I'll help promote your video for, just put it up on my socials.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, that'd be cool. That would be
Yeah,
Well, it's
I'd be
cool.
still in the
happy.
works.
Yeah, it's going to be a
Right.
while.
Well, when you get it done, you get a promo video out. Let me know, and I'll put the promo video up on all of our socials to help you guys, gain some steam.
Oh,
And
that would be
That'd be
awesome.
awesome.
Thank you, Kenny.
there's some promoters and some people out there that do boost this stuff for artists like yourselves that are looking for shows and whatnot. So, maybe start networking with some of those people. Dean Bo's he knows a lot of people in the live music scene out in the Halifax area because he goes to all the
Yeah.
different
Yeah.
live venues. So he'd be a good guy for
Yes.
you to connect to if nothing else for the contacts that he has, because I know he has a lot of contacts out in Halifax.
Yeah, I will do that for sure. Maybe I'll send to Deanbo.
Yeah. Everybody I talk to that knows Dean Bo really appreciates him. He's one of these sort of, in your face kind of really nice guys, and is always willing to go the extra mile. If he likes what you're doing, he'll get behind it and he'll try and share it with as many people as he can. So it's always good. It's
Awesome.
always good to
That's
have
awesome.
organic reach people like that in your corner.
Oh, it is.
Oh, yeah.
You know what? Friends are the best.
Yeah.
They're the ones that always get you through.
Yeah,
everything.
Dean
He said,
Bo
"Thanks,
Dean
Kenny.
Bo
That's
watches the
nice."
show. He says, "Thanks, Kenny. Much appreciated." He's one of the guys that watches the show all the time. Brent Durner, just so you guys know, he doesn't always get to see the show right from the beginning if he's got something going on, because he's still writing music for me
Yeah.
and still recording music. And his sixth,
Oh, nice.
he's really in the process of releasing his sixth studio album. It's called Nobody Approved.
Yeah.
And I've been helping him with the mastering on that track. And I want to close with this. I'm also currently remastering both of Helix's first albums.
Oh, great.
Yeah, that sounds good.
So
Very cool.
And do you guys know a guy named George Hines?
George,
No,
I don't believe
think so.
So he used to do the lighting for Helix, and
Oh, okay.
so my wife met George at a show my daughter and her were at in Niagara Falls. Long story short, he said, "Who is that guy that's mixing, remastering all the Helix first albums?" He said, "Geez, that guy knows what he's doing." Right? He says, "But I can't remember his name." And my wife starts baiting him, right? She goes, "Oh, really? You know the guy?" "Oh, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue." And she just goes about to say Indie Tunes. He goes, "Indie Tunes. That's the guy, Indie Tunes." He said, "Whatever he's doing on those Helix tracks, he better keep doing more of it because he knows what he's doing." And
Nice.
nothing better than a listener who's hearing the music out there on Spotify and iTunes and gives you the feedback that, I noticed the difference between what you've done and what the original tracks did, because all these songs were originally released in their original format when they were mastered from quarter-inch masters to WAV files.
Right?
Yeah.
So there was a lot of different
something
things.
else.
A lot. Yep.
I was going to say something else you might want to try just for a laugh. Grab one of the songs and try and you run it through a software program that just basically extracts all the stems so that you can take all the individual tracks.
Yeah.
And you can remove some of the reverb, like the real, like the horrible sounding 80s reverb on some of the vocal stuff from the old songs. And you can take some of that out and then just remix the songs fresh. See what that sounds like. Just do it for a laugh on one song.
We actually did try it with AI, and it's not there.
Yeah.
It's not there yet.
too many artifacts, eh?
There were
There's too many
there
artifacts
there
that
there are
happen.
too many artifacts that happen when it's trying to draw it out, and I don't think the AI is advanced enough yet to distinguish those pieces of what I call dynamic range within those instruments, right?
You can see you're hitting
So
it.
sometimes the guitars sound overdriven, sometimes they don't pan properly left and right. Whole bunch of good things. Brent says, "Good to see your head again, Rainer."
Yeah, see.
Well, listen, we're gonna have you guys back on the show. We're gonna have you guys back on the show because you guys have a great deal of history in the music biz. You know a lot of people. You've done a lot of different things, and it will. Next time we catch up to you will be, a month or so. When we're going to give you some time off with good behavior, but we'll get you back here to continue your story, to talk about what you're doing,
Okay.
Sure.
and what's
Yep,
what's brought
sounds
you to the
great.
point where you are. Much appreciated. Thank you for coming on the show tonight, Reiner and Cindy Weichmann from
Thanks for
you're
having us.
welcome. St. John's, Newfoundland, all the way from St. John's, Newfoundland. I'm Kenny. This has been the